I'm a pretty analytical person. I love to look at the numbers, I love to see the trail of where numbers can lead and everything like that. We've done a couple of videos up on the channel in the past about, say, how much XP you get for unlocking dark matter in one game, how much 1 million XP would look like in zombies, stuff like that, and I love that kind of stuff. I love taking a look at the bare bones numbers of things, which coincidentally is kind of odd because I always hated any course with any sorts of massive amounts of numbers in schooling. And yes, I'm looking at you, Calc 3. But irony aside, I think it's one of the coolest things to take a look at how much bare minimums, maximums, and basically everything in between can look like and how they can be applied to in-game reality. So in this one, I wanted to share with you guys an absolutely awesome piece of work that Redditor James Taylor 17 ended up doing the math for this kind of stuff, figuring out everything here at this end. In no way, shape, or form is this my work at all. I wanted to share it with you guys though because it's something super cool and a lot of you guys might find this interesting. Whether it's crossed your mind or not, I guess that's something that's really I can't dictate or tell you, but rather maybe it's something that you have thought of before. So in this one, I'm going to be taking a look at the minimum amount of XP that you could possibly gain from a round 100 run in zombies. So first things first, let's talk about the environment. This is something that is an ideal situation, or rather maybe in some cases a little bit better than ideal, simply because this doesn't factor in drops, say like nukes or anything like that. It is assuming that you end up getting zombies kills for every single round, and that's how you end the rounds. It does take into account the special rounds, say like monkeys or dogs. Every 5 rounds it's attributed to that. But other than that, there is no mathematical occurrence of any sort of drops like nukes, once again, that would, say, clear out a horde, and certainly it does not take into account anything like round robin, in which it actually skips an entire round. So for this, James ended up going from round 100 and completely totaling up the amount of zombies that you get until then. And while doing the math for that, trying to figure that out, he came up with a total of 25,736 zombies from round 1 to 100, once again factoring out that every 5th round variable of being a special round. So that's not including monkeys or dogs or anything like that, but outside of that, you end up getting 25,736 zombies. But because of those previously mentioned special rounds, he ends up adding 120 more on there, because assuming there's only 6 that spawn if you play, say, solo. Now, if you were to take the bare minimum of amount of points that you'd get for killing a zombie, that would be 50 points per zombie. So put that together and make that 50 times 25,856, which is the total of the zombies and the special round zombies as well. And that would be your least amount of XP you could possibly ever get from killing zombies. That would add up to 1,292,800 XP for the kills alone. Now, if you add in the bonuses and things like that that you'd end up getting along the way for each round completion and other things as such, that'd be 89,500 XP. And so add those two numbers together, you'd end up with a grand total of 1,382,300 XP. And he did the math once again a step further to show that if you were Prestige Master in zombies, you could end up getting 25 levels out of that. Now, let's say you're not Prestige Master though, and you can't grind out all these levels. Where does this take you if you still have some prestiges to go? Well, if you were to compare this to the cap of XP needed to go from rank 1 to rank 35, that's roughly about 1,272,219 XP. That would take you from, ideally, once again, level 1 of a prestige to the max rank 35, and completing 35, getting you ready to end up going into the next prestige. And as you can tell, by simply just comparing the numbers, what we get for round 100 is, of course, higher than that, so you'd end up getting a full prestige out of this. It's not too bad if you really think about it and you really want to embark on this journey to round 100. I personally think that, of course, it's definitely worth it, but that's a lot of time put into zombies for one sitting, or if you take it into multiple sittings, I guess that's just fine as well. But nonetheless, this is the bare minimum, and of course, in almost more than ideal situations and scenarios for this. So, of course, that being said, you're either going to get more, because obviously every single zombie does not take 50 points to kill, depending on what round you're on, especially if you're in those higher rounds using ballistic weapons, you're gonna get a lot more points than just 50 XP, but also it's kind of something where you can't necessarily pinpoint it down entirely because of the random spawn logic for different drops. But nonetheless, this is kind of a decent framework, I think, and definitely James Taylor did a fantastic job not only calculating all this out, but also bring the idea up there to speed to let everybody know that, once again, this is kind of that framework for those round 100 runs. So let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. Do you think this is an astonishingly high number, an astonishingly low number, or do you think it's right about where it should be for a round 100 run when you put all that time and effort into that long into zombies? Love to hear your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. Huge thank you and shout out to James Taylor for this. I'll leave the link down there in the description below to the original thread if you guys want to go contribute a little bit of your discussion and thoughts to it as well. Keep that conversation going over on Reddit. It was a post that was relatively overlooked, and therefore I wanted to bring some light to it here, and I thought it was quite cool, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you guys did, make sure you drop a like down below, and of course if you guys are new to the channel as well, make sure you guys subscribe to stay up to date with everything we have here regarding Black Ops 3, both zombies and multiplayer with Zombies Chronicles, Call of Duty World War II with multiplayer and zombies there, Modern Warfare Mastered, Infinite Warfare DLC 3 and further, and of course all that other good stuff relating to Call of Duty. And if you guys want to follow me over on Twitter, that is the best place to connect with me outside of YouTube. I practically live on Twitter, so if you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, link is down there in the description below. But all that said, Natalie, hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks so much for watching. Mine has been Nikolai Espresso. Take care and peace.